Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again. I'm an elder, been around quite some time, but most of my life it has been preparing myself to continuously make decisions between what is right and wrong, what is good and what is evil, what is godly and what is demonic. Today it appears as if things have switched around. Those things that I was taught, and I thought that most Americans were taught, were demonic. Things like lying and cheating, stealing and killing, and oppression and slavery. These things I was taught was wrong. And yet, I was taught that peace and prosperity, love, and freedom, that these things were godly, and that godly people would be known by pursuing such things as godliness, and demonic people would be known by pursuing such demonic things. Now, they used to say, I don't know if it's still important, that there was something called a church where they talked about God, where they gave all of the possible information that has been made available that would promote the access to peace and freedom and joy and these things that represents God. And today, my friends, in the United States of America, under the authority of white people, and I am so ashamed because when I was a boy, there was a man in Chicago by the name of Elijah Muhammad who taught his followers that people who were white were devils, that they were demonic. Well, you believed that there was demonic action among some of them, but you didn't believe that human white people were actually monsters. You didn't believe that, yet he taught it. And today, when you got a man who advocates demonicness, and you have white people by the millions applauding and having fun and rejoicing and laughing at people who talks about peace and prosperity, laughing at people who talks about joy and the possibility that togetherness we can still survive, making fun of them. And I believe there might be a few black people mixed in there too. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you the fact. I was sitting here tonight and I was listening at some speeches that Trump made, this demonic man. That's what I see him as, a demonic man. And I was listening at the people applaud. And I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, fear was running over me. Not fear of the mega folks, not fear of white people, not fear of Donald Trump, but fear of evil, of ugliness. I mean, pure demons. I could imagine that happening in this country. And people rejoicing. The things that we have grown to believe were just common amongst Americans that made us possible, made us what reflect what they used to say, I guess, that America was the greatest nation on earth. I used to hear that. I used to hear that America was the nation that feared God the most, and that's why America was so blessed, because of this divine God that doesn't live again here in America. Because the churches don't tell the American people that God is the creator of this earth and that God has made it possible for all things to exist proper. The church does not tell the people that God divided this earth amongst the people and in such a way that everybody could engage in the process of their living. They came here. They got the responsibility, they got the ability, and yet it is being denied as we come in with artificial intelligence and start doing those kinds of things that destroys people. Church doesn't do that today. They got another game going. And while I'm sitting here and talking about why don't the news media let people know that they don't have to suffer, things can be made just fine. Everybody can have jobs. Everybody can, because they got jobs, can take care of their families. They can do the things that they need to do, education, health care, you know what I mean. But they won't say that. They get up every day talking about this demon taking power. Everybody rejoicing. The demon is coming. Oh, Satan is here. Come on, Satan. Ah, damn. And I'm reminded, Elijah Muhammad saying they're devils. So let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, white people, there's a man that used to live a long time ago. He called himself a Muslim, I guess. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not that familiar with the faith. As I'm learning, I should not be that familiar with Christianity, because as I see the people of this country respond to Christianity, there is no different than what he was talking about when he was talking about demons and devils, because they're sure taking over this country. Nobody is given any recognition that talks about justice. Everything. They said if you don't change it when you got the chance, you'll probably lose that chance. I'm going to stop for this moment. Maybe something will come back. I'm just going to pause it for a second. Yeah, another thought came to me. Glad I was holding on. That thought is that white people could change the stuff if they wanted to. White people created this mess in this country. They have kept this mess going on ever since they invaded this country. And yes, we look at them today, we're talking about the Republicans are the ones that are acting demonic. But this is still a reflection of white people. White people. And they can change the stuff if they wanted to. And I say that because even at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if a very aggressive demon take over this country or one that's kind of weak. Either way, white people win. Either way, white people win. And so as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, what I see happening is a game. A game being played. And I see the author of this game as Satan. Satan, my friends. Nobody is giving that kind of attention to God. And I can see the devil taking over. I can see it as plain as the mosquitoes here in Mississippi. A game is being played against all of us, even the white people. Republican, Democrat, white, black. Nah, my friends, this is nothing but BS. And yes, black people have said a lot about white people, but we too, we've been trained, we've been indoctrinated to take this crap. There's nowhere in the world that we could take this crap had we not had years of pushing it down our backs. Nah, no free man would ever put up with this kind of crap. We used to have a song they would sing, before I'd be a slave, I'd be dead and buried in my grave. And let these white people, or the devils who want to run this country, get all the AI they want to, and sit on all the beaches and get suntans and do anything they want to. Because there's an end to that too. And so I tell myself that if people do not give voice and represent and actually reach out and desire thy will being done on earth as it is in heaven, it's simply because they are ignorant. They do not know better. However, I do know that there are some that know exactly what's going on. But the rest, ignorance is no excuse. The pain and suffering that you go through should be your wake-up call. And you should, I would think, since you were made by God, have some understanding of God. So, I guess, if you did, you'd be talking about peace. And when the television comes on in the morning or late at night news, they would be talking about, guess what? Things are changing, ladies and gentlemen. There is an administration that's talking about putting everybody to work, saying that if you live on the earth and you're old enough and you have responsibility to life itself because you want to take from life, engage in life, so the process involves you in it. And that everybody got a career. I'm just repeating what I've said earlier. But because you got that career, because you helped make all of the stuff that exists on the face of America or the earth, because you, the people, made it, it belongs to all of you. You can take from it when you get ready. That's what you don't. And you don't need no devil running you. You don't need a place that they're talking about we're going to take the powers that the state have. We don't need anybody saying we're going to send all this pain and suffering over here. Make me president, I'm going to send this pain and suffering over here. Make me president, I'm going to rob these people. What the hell going on with us? I think I'm going to stop now.